What is up, Nerf Nation and citizens of the interwebs? It is I, Nerfinator99, and today we are going to be going over some sweet action thrift finds. But before I get started, I would like to wish happy holidays to everyone. I hope you had a great one. Whatever you celebrate, be it Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Robonica, like my good friend Bender from Futurama, or if you don't celebrate anything, I hope you just had a great time with family or friends, or maybe you just got a nice little break from work. Um, I think it's good to just take those times and just, maybe reflect upon life, where you're at, where you're going, what you're thinking about. Because it's good sometimes to just slow down. We get caught up in the hustle and bustle all the time. Life is 365 days in 1 year, and sometimes it seems like a millennium if crazy stuff is going on. But it's nice to just take a second whenever you can to just slow down a little bit. Whether you have to slow down because of the weather outside getting cold. I know here in super duper sunny California, it is a little chilly right now at nights and in the mornings. And just sometimes that's important, I think that there's times in life for a reason. Seasons happen for a reason. Whether it's the seasons of the year or the seasons in your life. Everybody loves the summer. We love playing outside. We love having fun. We love the sunshine, going swimming. But I believe that winter has its purpose too. It kind of forces us to slow down. It forces us to stay a little bit more indoors. And it's times like that that you can reflect and think on your life, like I said, and kind of, get some direction, get some reminiscing, maybe some purpose. So I wish all of that for all of you, that you can accomplish, whatever you're looking for, whatever you're trying to get. And I hope that you take the seasons as they come, and, you don't curse the sunshine in the summer or curse the coolness in the winter, because they all have their purpose. They all help us. They all help us grow. They all help us think. They all help us become who, what, when, and where we're supposed to be. But before I get too crazy philosophical on you guys, let's get into some thrift finds. First thing, Doominator! I really like these guys. I have 3 or 4, or at least I did. They are fun to mod, fun to play with, and I've even resold a couple, at least one. But this particular one, I paid $4.95 for, almost $5. You guys probably won't recognize that sticker because this comes from a thrift store that I don't show a bunch of stuff from. I go to 2 main thrift stores, and they are literally a minute apart. And the one generally has cheaper blasters, maybe $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. I think this would have been priced $2.99 at the other one. But this one was $5, and I picked it up one day because I really wanted to, because I like these. It does not have its priming handle that you can remove and screw into each of these posts. But I am looking to start fabricating some for myself, because I think I have 2 or 3 of these, and some of them do not have the priming bar. And I'm looking at using PVC. I believe I went to the store with the green priming bar that I had from one of them, and was fitting it into the PVC fittings. And I thought that 3/4 inch was going to work, but when I got it home, I realized it wouldn't, because this well right here is a little bit too narrow for the 3/4 inch. The green priming bar will fit into, since this is a male end, it will fit into a female end of 3/4 inch PVC, but the female end, or the male end of a 3/4 inch PVC thread will not fit into here. So I'm thinking I need to drop down to 1/2 inch, and it'll probably fit snugly. At the store I thought it would be too loose, because I did not bring the entire blaster into the store. Just brought that little piece to try to fit it in. And just the way these grooves are cut, they come out really far into the middle, and it's kind of long. So hopefully I can get that working, because then once I get the threaded coupler in there, then I can put however much of a length I want, and I think that would be cool, and I think other people would like to do that. So let us move on to something else. I got this at the thrift store that I usually go to. See, there's a price sticker for $1.99. I believe this is the Dartfire Super Soaker, and I sort of got it for the pump because I think the pump is really cool and will fit on a lot of my builds with a little bit of cutting. But also, this guy is super cool. It is also a dart shooting machine. It does not just shoot water out of here. It shoots darts out of here just by pulling the trigger. So that's really cool. There's not a lot of blasters, water guns, or anything that you don't have to prime, you don't have to pump, you don't have to do anything. It's much like the Snapfire. That you just pull the trigger and it shoots the dart. I think it shoots about 20-25 feet. I might be able to get in there and tinker with it and make it shoot more. I'm not sure because these kind of things tend to have a very particular spring and they do not hold a bigger spring better. They probably won't work. The mechanism will snap or break. But this one's pretty sweet, and I think that I can minimize it. Just take off all this water gun parts, take off all the blue, which is the water reservoir, probably cut down this if I take off the pump, and even this part maybe, it's not necessary. So this might actually become holsterable, and then it also has ammo storage on the top. So either I could cut off the ammo storage and use it for something else, or you know, when I'm playing a round of Nerf, I could whip it out of the holster, shoot a few rounds off, and then top off, put more in, you know, whatever, because it just, boom, boom, just there, rotates. That one I paid $1.99 for the sticker. The next one I actually also got at the other thrift store, and I got, I guess, around 4 things in one here. In this whole lot right now, I got a Pink Crush. These are pretty sweet. You can mod these, do some sweet stuff to them. They're really small, so they're holsterable, or you could just, you know, put them in your pocket or the dump pouch or something. These are pretty sweet. Got 2 Rebel Messengers. These are pretty sweet. I know people have a beef with the grips, but I don't mind these grips. Someone said that they dig into your hand. I'm like, well, stop being a pansy. Just, you know, grab it. And, you know, you can just prime them both. Boom! These are smart ARs. Whichever cylinder you put a dart in or whichever chamber you put a dart in will fire. So these are pretty sweet. They're a little bit bigger than, say, a Triad. But I want to say you could do more in modding potential to these. It looks like since they're larger than the Triad that they have probably a bigger plunger tube. But these are sweet. They have a rail attachment, which is something that a Triad does not. And I think they look cooler. Rebel stuff is just so nice looking. It's so smooth. And it's fun to paint, fun to play with. So I got all 3 of these things. And also this bag of the Rebel exclusive darts for, I think, $7.95. Yes, here's the tag there, $7.95, which is a bit much to pay for those, alright, but I do not have one yet. You guys have not seen one on any of my other videos. I do not have a Messenger, or I did not have a Messenger or Pink Crush, and I have a few of the Rebel line darts, but just the ones you can ride on, not those other ones that are exclusive, and I'm probably never going to buy a Rebel inbox. It's just not something I'm super interested in. But to find all of those in one bag for $8, I said, what the heck? You know, I might as well just buy it. So let us move on. Got this sweet Captain America shield for, you can see that right there, 99 cents. This shield is meant to be held on the right arm. I don't know why, because that's a lot of people's blaster arms. I'm guessing this isn't, you know, made for Nerf. Because it actually is battery powered and will shoot a disc out. It came with one of the discs. And this is a lot larger than your typical foam disc shooter. This is probably 2 to 3 times bigger than the usual ones that you find around. So this is pretty sweet in the fact that it's a shield and a disc shooter. And while it is made for the right hand, it is much more comfortable in the right hand. I have found that it actually fits in the left and will work just fine. I can still pull the trigger if I wanted to fire out of it, but now I have my right hand free to hold my blaster, and I can use this as just a shield. And it's a lot bigger than the other typical child toy Captain America shields. So that was a sweet, sweet find for 99 cents. Moving right along, I don't go to Goodwill too often because usually my Goodwills do not have blasters. When I first started thrifting, I went to Goodwill all the time. I would buy CDs, buy movies, buy random things like glasses, glassware, drinkware. But I didn't really ever find blasters. And recently I've been finding a few blasters there. So these next couple things are going to be from Goodwill. And I got an inbox jump rocket. These are pretty sweet. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them for Nerf, but they will fit on some of the Nerf, like bows or things. But this one was actually taped up, inbox, 100% complete. I'm not sure how much I paid for it. Probably only $2 or $3, knowing me. Maybe $4, maybe $3.99 max. But it comes with 3 large rockets and 3 smaller rockets, and the pad, which you just stick it on there and then jump on it, it shoots them up in the air. So if I don't use this for Nerf, my children and I will have fun next summer when it gets warmer. But I also could use those for Nerf. Another thing that I got at Goodwill is I got the sweet Vortex 40-round drum mag. Now this was labeled at $5.99, so $6. That is a bit much. You guys know me, you know I like to thrift pretty cheap, but I ended up buying this because I've never seen one in the wild. They go for, 15 or 20 bucks on eBay, so $6 was not too much for me to pay for just one. There were no Vortex blasters for me to stick it in, or I would have tried to stick it in one and get it that way, but you know how that goes. I think this is... No, there's 2 more things, actually. I got a Surge 10 from Goodwill, and it was only $1.99, which is pretty sweet for a Goodwill price because my local Goodwill that I go to, I think there's probably 3 or 4 in the general vicinity, but the one that I go to the most usually has things jacked way up. Like I said, that drum mag was $5.99, $6. So for this blaster to be $2, I picked it up. Oh, sorry, there you go, Surge 10. This is part of the Busby Power Lock connector or whatever set, and it has the ABC, and I think this is a B, yeah, because it has the top and the bottom that can connect to something else. And this one's just fine. This one out of the box will shoot Nerf darts. A lot of the earlier Busby stuff, or even mid-range Busby stuff, has the pegs that will not fit a Nerf dart, and if they do, it'll probably rip it in half when you shoot it. But this one will, in its stock form, without removing the pegs, shoot a Nerf dart, and it's actually pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it fires out of the bottom. I think I had these top loaded when I first got one. This is my second one. When I first got one, I loaded the top and I thought that it was misfiring or wasn't working, but it actually shoots out of the bottom. So you can have something under it, something on top of it, and it'll prime and shoot. And this actually moves around, so if you're left-handed, right-handed, whatever, or if you have something on top or below it that is kind of getting in the way, you can move it to the side or to this side or however you need to do. But this is a nice little blaster for $2. The last thing that I got on that Goodwill run that is Nerf related was this, I believe, modulus scope, and it was 99 cents. It was super sweet. It was actually up in the front. They keep their more expensive or things they don't want you to steal up in the front. And I guess they probably just didn't want someone putting this on a blaster and getting it for free. So they had it up in the front, and I said, hey, how much is that? The girl said, 99 cents. I said, done. Give me that, please. They had a Rapid Strike with a Centurion bipod for $9.99, but that's a little bit much for me to pay not knowing how the battery tray is, whether it's corroded all out or something. The battery tray was present, and the bipod was taped onto it so no one would take it off and put it on anything else, but it did not come with a mag, so I couldn't test it, and there were no other mags in the store, so I decided to just leave that one. So that was some Goodwill run. What else? These, I think, are all going to come from the main thrift store that I usually go to, so you'll recognize a lot of the price stickers. I got this Halo Master Chief helmet for 99 cents. If you remember in a previous video, I got one for, I think, $1.99, because I had the Boomco armor and a couple of the blasters. I picked up this one because I own one of these helmets already, but I got it for my son because he's seen me play Halo a couple times or seen the movies or something at the store. He recognizes it, and I got this one pretty much to give to him. And it's $1 cheaper than I paid for the other one. I got another one of these Strike Fires. I think you've seen me have a blue one or two, maybe a couple orange ones. So I found a red one. I don't know if this already had the sticker on it or I threw it on there, but I usually try to pick these up because the top rail not only primes the blaster, but it is useful for attaching anything you want to a Nerf rail. So you can make your own scope, you can make your own melee attachment, whatever. So these are really fun to pick up. Got this Barrage Super Soaker for $1.99. I'm not gonna lie, I 100%. Ooh, there's still water in this. I 100% paid for this for the pump. I won't even have to cut it very much because a lot of the pumps have something in front, and that kind of messes with just throwing it on something. So I might have to cut a little bit of the sides, if you can see, but this is really wide, so this will probably fit like 1 inch or several other pieces of PVC, because what you're going to do is have your piece of PVC, you're going to have a coupler or something that you've dremeled or filed whatever the middle out of. So these parts will definitely clamp around that outer coupler, which will be pretty sweet. This is what I was talking about, is a lot of the pumps, the Super Soaker pumps, have the front on them, and this one actually doesn't. So for this one to attach, I'm going to have to Dremel or cut or file this part out. But it's not that hard. I've done it before for plenty of stuff. Got a $1.99 Diatron. Have you seen any of my vids? Never seen a Diatron, because I don't have one until just now. This is pretty sweet. I think I threw some discs in and it works. I forgot that it shoots 2 at once, so I put 1 in there and try to prime it. It doesn't work if you do that. You have to put 2 or more in multiples of 2, or it will not shoot because it shoots 2 at a time. So it's a pretty sweet blaster. I believe it holds 10. Yep, 10 rounds in the internal magazine, and then you got a reloader, but you only get 5 shots because it's 2 at a time. 2 more things in this video, you guys, and I promise I will go. This is a $1.99 X-Shot, Zuru, what have you, bow. It's kind of like the Big Bad Bow, but a little bit different. This one, you pull it back, and you shoot it, and you have to actually push this in again to prime it again, because if you just push it a little bit or it doesn't go all the way, nothing happens. You can pull it all day. It has to go all the way forward to catch, comes back, and does that. But the cool thing about this is the front actually unscrews. I took this piece with me to Home Depot at the same time that I was researching about the Doominator to see if there was a piece that this would fit into so that I could just screw on a coupler onto here. And I actually didn't find anything, but I'm thinking with how wide this is, it might be able to just take a coupler not threaded, just a regular coupler glued on, so that I could then fire multiple types of ammunition. But I really need to get into this on the inside and see if it's even mod worthy or capable of firing you know, multiple types of ammo or any type of ammo far. But I have not opened this up yet because I wanted to make a video out of it first in case something jacked up. So we got one more thing, and it's not super duper cool, but to me it kind of is. I got a Zerg blaster. And my son has a Zerg blaster. I've gotten my son the Buzz Lightyear version that makes lights and sounds. And I don't normally pick them up anymore because I got them for him and they're whatever. But this one came with pretty much all of its ammo, which I was so stoked on. I think it's missing one ball. Yeah, if you notice, I can push this in a little bit, this in a little bit. This one pushes in a little bit more. So I think there's probably 3, 6, 7, 8. There's probably 8 shots out of 9 that are in here. And these balls are so hard to find. They are not the typical size. They're really small. So they're not regular Nerf sized balls. They're not just any of the other kind of foam balls you can find will not fit in here. I tried I think plastic golf balls one time to see if they would fit, and they horribly did not. It was a bad buy on my part. But this thing is really fun. Pull it back, it rotates, it shoots. I think they're a blast. Just have fun within the house, and I paid 99 cents for it. Super duper cool, I thought, to find it with 99.9% of its ammunition. I'm sure that percentage is actually off, but yeah, so that's just a couple of my finds recently. I'm going to throw this video on the interwebs tonight, and I will be making a chop shop video tomorrow. I should be making a ton of chop shop videos from things that I've been doing, and I haven't for a little while. But I really want to make a chop shop video of a couple of the things that I've done. I think I've posted them maybe on Reddit or something before, but I'm going to break down kind of what I really did to the internals of them and some of the processes that I went through to create them, and just share them with you guys, because that's what this channel's for. I was hoping this video would be short, but it's about 20 minutes, which is what most of my videos have been. But like I said, hope everyone is having a safe, fun, warm holiday season. New Year's is coming up. Celebrate a new year, a new you. Every day is a new year and a new you, pretty much. You know, your choices of yesterday definitely affect today and tomorrow, but you can always make different choices the next day. So I hope you guys remember that, and remember to Nerf on, and also remember to be excellent to one another. Nerfinator 99.